hello everybody. This is another episode of Untintico. Actually, it's going to be the first one in English, so thank you for accepting the invitation. Today we're going to have Sep. But before that, my name is Nico. We have Sam with us.
Hey, what's up?
So tell us a little about yourself, a bit of your history, how you come here. By the way, you're Sep is visiting us from Vancouver.
Vancouver, right?
So,
all right. So yeah, first question. First question: what brought you to Montreal?
So work.
Nice. Okay.
How we met was it was Fuego Festival.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So my job is I'm a filmmaker, I'm a videographer, and so I'm working on a documentary. It's about women in reggaeton. It's about the genre and how the genre has evolved, both in terms of like style and in terms of the global reach. So my understanding is the genre was very small and then contained to Puerto Rico, and then it grew into other Latin
It grew
America.
so much. Yeah.
So I had the privilege to shoot some artists like Raul Alejandro.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, young Nico, and I was like in the sound booth. I remember with like a clear path to the master, and that was cool. That was like one of the most amazing like shooting stories I've had.
of course.
So it's been good for me in my field to be able to travel just with a backpack, like you guys saw. I just have my camera stuff.
You have all your
and that's all you need.
Nice. Yeah. And wait, for the Fuego, like this year's Fuego or last year's? That's fun. That's no. Go ahead. It's just that that's funny because you started mentioning the artists, and I was like, that was not the headline from this year, but it's just that maybe we saw each other last time because I was dancing in the festival.
Actually, you were there when we were doing this little shoot for Mariana.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
That's
true.
The time. Yeah.
So familiar. That's why.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, and I appreciate you guys speaking English. We did this in Spanish.
Yeah, at the beginning I told him like, do you wanna try in Spanish? Because I know that he was in Colombia not too long ago. So I was like, maybe he speaks a little. We can try, but
do you
English
know?
is okay.
Do you speak like a little or?
Yeah. So in Colombia, I found very few people spoke English. So I had to survive, and I went by myself for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so I'm not Shakespeare, but I can talk to anyone forever, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's important. I think like
definitely
is like Spanish, especially. It's like so many places across the world. If you speak a little bit, you can connect with people.
Definitely.
Of course,
yeah.
It's not just a language; it's a culture. It's like how you carry yourself, all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to be working with Latin American people in projects like Latin American culture.
How has it been like your experience with the Latino community? Like.
Really good. So I was born in Iran, and Iran is like culturally very similar to Latin American countries. We're very warm, we're very loud.
Yes.
We have it's more smooth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're all guys. Right in Canada, Canadian guys are supposed to be like very a certain way. But we were talking about this.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of cultural norms that are similar, so I was able to fit in right away. I can never go back to Iran. This is a huge thing for me. You know.
Okay.
Because in Iran, if you're over 18, you have to do military service.
Okay. It's mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, maybe as a lot of other Canadian youth feel, I wanted to feel like we're a nice friend. The world's bigger than Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto. And so with this job, it's very able to explore different countries and
of course
find a sense of home, And maybe for us as immigrants, there's no one place that's home. Maybe it's home Colombia, is it home in Montreal? I don't know. Maybe home is like a little bit of here, a little bit of there.
It's crazy, right? Because for me at least, like at some point I was like, okay, I've been in Canada for such a long time that I may be more going to be Canadian because I've been here since I was 17, and then I'm almost 30 now. Like most of my adult life has been like here. But then I have all my roots, and it's so like strong, whatever that comes from my roots, right? And then you go and see like, where should I be? Like, I don't feel like I should be here sometimes in Montreal or any other city in Canada, but I don't want to be in Colombia.
Yeah.
I go to I like traveling a lot, and then when I visit any new country, it's like I really like this place, but there's something out there like we should explore, and I think
Yeah,
that's something really, really cool, right?
We're very lucky. Think about even our grandparents, their grandparents. Could they travel so easily? Was it so accessible for them, you know?
Mhm.
And I hope in the next 10, 15 years, there's going to be some that makes it even cheaper as well. You know?
Oh, let's hope so, because
Yeah.
right now flights are a little like it can be tight sometimes. But like, so tell us what are some of the places you've visited for recordings, or even if it wasn't for a recording, maybe just for pleasure. Like, what's
Yeah. So I graduated from UBC, which is like university last year. I couldn't really travel during that school and stuff, and it was tough. So also money, like I had to pay my tuition. So if you have a big check that you have to give to UBC, you don't want to be spending that having too much fun. You know?
yeah.
So in the last year and a half, I've done Mexico twice. I have a client in Los Cabos, that's number one. Medellin twice, Montreal twice. This is the second time actually. So you'll notice that a lot of these locations we go twice, and so part of my job isn't just like to shoot videos; it's to get hired.
Yes, true.
And it's as with any kind of creative person, it's not just your creative ability; it's your sales ability. It's your ability to monetize it. It's your ability to be able to travel. Like, so I'm here, I'm working for travel, but I'm not out of pocket like a lot of money. So those have been like the places.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so tell us a little bit before that, like how did it started?
Yeah. So I mentioned I was at UBC. I was studying business and marketing, and it was cool. It was very good to like have a degree.
Of course.
Something to fall back on. But I remember my third year, I did a co-op job when I was at a tech company, and I was on a computer all day by myself. Miserable. Like that was one of the most unhappy, unfulfilled times of my life. And in a strange way, I was supposed to be happy. Superficially, I had a good job, I had good friends, I had a good school, all this stuff, but I was not happy at all.
Of course.
So in the happiest times of my life, it was like, superficial things didn't go great, but I was making art. I was with my friends. So I was like, I gotta get back to this. I have to find a way to make money off my creativity.
Yes.
That was the big question. I was trying to do music at that time, so I would produce music for friends at UBC.
Nice.
But like $200 a song. You do one a week, and when you're 18, that's amazing. $200, wow! But you can't pay rent. Vancouver is expensive, and so I had to adapt or feel like I had to go back to a miserable state.
Yeah.
Not everyone's miserable in their day job. I just happen to be miserable life.
That happens, yeah. I relate to that very much. Yeah,
so I don't want to be out here saying the only way to be happy. I ate shit the first couple years of my 20s. So let me tell a story. So I was 18, right, doing this job, and I was very fortunate to have gone through this situation where I was a teenager. So I didn't have to make a lot of money. I just had to survive,
Yeah.
So I was okay, man. I gotta make money being creative. What can I do? I had a friend that was doing videography at events, and he did pretty good, and it seemed like, he just ran around with a camera. How hard could it be? So I got myself a $200 little Canon camera, and then started making videos for my co-op job, and then that went well, and then I made a couple other videos, and from there, I found a way to combine the videography with the music work. They're doing music videos, and it was very simple music videos, $200, and then now you make a client. And now the whole week that you had to work on a song, you could just make a music video for one day. So it's 7 times more productive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The market values videos a lot. There's a value in music as much. I was struggling at that time to do it. So I started making music videos, and it's fine. You do 2, 5, 10 music videos, and now you're the music video guy. And then in UBC where I was, and then I had to branch out from there. Vancouver is a small city. It's not a lot of artists that can sustainably make a career doing music videos.
Right.
So I found myself again in another situation. I'm like, how do I make a sustainable career out of my creativity? It's tough to do this with music videos. Where can I go that there's a market for it? I like doing it. It's creative, and I'm good at it. So for me, the path to go to was, what are big businesses that could use videos? I had a family friend that was a sales rep for like Botox brands,
Okay.
filler and Botox. So I went to this place 1 hour from where I was living, and I made a free video for a Botox clinic. And I just put my heart and soul into this thing, you know, like the same love I would bring to a music video, I brought to this client, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like a 23-year-old boy, like, what am I going to do with Botox? I don't know anything about Botox, you know. So then I made that video, and I think the key is here. I think it's like you can never half-ass a music, creative project. Like you won't survive. It's too competitive. If you pour your heart and soul into something, that's when you'll get the return. So then I did, and then they saw this video. They're like, wow. I have a couple of friends that make videos. So from that one video, turned to 5 Botox clinics, turned to 10, and then from there, it was like a career now.
Nice.
And so that's fast forwarding a lot of like struggle. That's fast forwarding years of like not partying, not dating, no nothing.
Of course.
And for a guy in his early 20s, we have a lot of pressure on us as Canadian guys to party, to have a balance, to have a certain lifestyle. And it's Friday night, you're at home editing videos, you know, you're hearing your neighbors partying. That's kind of that was an emotionally tough thing, you know?
Of course.
And you gotta love it. Because I'm like, hey man, you guys are having fun, but I'm also having fun by myself on this computer, you know? And so I think that is like the key for the last couple of years.
How do you find like for like that's something that happens to us a lot, that we love doing this, but there's times when we have like long like shootings or long like editions sessions that we're so exhausted we do need to take a break, like to isolate ourselves from it for a bit, right? Because I feel like this type of jobs, you get so much into it, like it's so many like screens or like so much technology around that at some point you're just so like submerged into it that you need to like take a step back,
up
right?
a little,
Yeah.
breathe a little.
Yeah, to another point, all of us, we are competing with AI. AI is a thing that can create videos. So we can cry and be sad, or to your point, we can focus on the things that are very human
Definitely.
in our work. So in our editing, I find if I'm editing like an event where there's a video, like Fuego, to me, I spent 10 hours editing that video and it flew by like that.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at genuine human emotions, happiness, hugging, you know? And
It's crazy, right? Yeah.
right? And AI can't generate those.
Definitely not.
Maybe next year it can, but
I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, because if it does, we're kind of fucked a little. But
We'll survive.
definitely. Because here's the thing with AI, and I suppose this is something that maybe the three of us can agree on, that no matter how real it can get, I feel like it will never actually feel like doing it for real, with real people, real cameras, real lighting. Like it can get as similar as possible, but I feel like it's never going to be the same. Like,
Well, it's the thing, like, I mean, like we're so complex as human beings, like as much as like super calculators or whatever, they can like try to get to a point that they can try to simulate us. Yeah. I mean, we act a lot based on our emotions, and that is a huge thing, I think, and that's why I think that yes, AI can like supplement a lot of the jobs that exist there, but just to a certain extent. I think it's like we were talking the other day, it's more like a tool that we can use, and if you can use it with like to get up to your advantage, of course, like it's better, like it will boost our productivity, it will boost whatever we want to do, right? Yeah. And it helps a lot on creativity, like I admit, like I have been using AI a lot, and it helps me a lot to produce new stuff, to maybe an idea that I don't have clear, give me a couple of other like, I don't know, like points of view. Yeah. And then you take it from there. But at the end it's you, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like the feeling of community that you guys have with this organization, you know? And it's not something that like a computer can ever give you.
Yes.
Like you guys have a common experience of being immigrants in this city. You've gone through the Montreal winter here, which I've heard from you is like pretty rough. You know?
It's fucking hell.
Coming to Latin America, I can't imagine. Like for me, every time I go to Colombia, the first week I'm back, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked at the food. I'm shocked at the culture. I'm shocked at how cold people are. You know, I really respect and empathize you guys for going through that experience. How this relates to AI is like this is like a community human feeling. If you can capture that on film or capture any kind of human real emotion, not only are you out competing AI, but that's the kind of work that clients respond to.
Yeah.
I don't think clients care about flashy, cool, trendy filmmaking. That's for us. That's for us technical guys.
Yeah.
Why do clients work with filmmakers? Because we can portray them in a way that they want to be portrayed, that they can't do it themselves with their iPhone. When you guys shoot an event, there's a technical skill that you can capture this event, but there's also, you can put together a story, a narrative about what happened.
Definitely.
Of course, yeah.
That's, them with their iPhone, they can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's very interesting what you said about like creating a story, that it's something that I feel like a lot of people that have never maybe made a film, or maybe they want to like advertise something, or but they forget that at the end of the day a video is about that. It's about telling a story. It's not about just showing something cool. That, I mean, of course showing something cool is nice, but if at the end you don't, like, your video doesn't tell a story, it doesn't send a message, it's like,
And if it doesn't make someone feel something,
Exactly.
right? Because that's the most important thing, I feel. Like, I remember, I don't know if you've watched this TV show. It's The Offer.
Offer? No.
You should watch it. It's how Godfather was produced. So it's pretty cool, and like at some point Coppola is just taking this girl out, and they're talking, like they just go to the cinema, and he's like this thing that you see how people react to films. This is what I want to do in life, and it's so important, because whatever you produce needs to tell something, as you said, and it needs to be received, and maybe not accepted by everybody, but somebody has to react to it, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's yourself.
I mean, it's just that that's the thing. As long and this is not only in filmmaking, it's like art in general. The point is making you feel something, whatever it is. It can be happiness, it can be sadness, it can make you mad, but as long as it makes you feel something, the work is done.
And to know your podcast is about creativity and art, and I think you don't have to be a traditional artist to make art. You know, like a plumber. If you go and you do a beautiful, clean job of someone's like water, they fix their water, you make them feel happy, you make them feel relieved, you make them feel free from fear and pain. You're an artist.
Yeah.
I've shot weddings. The wedding planner. If a wedding planner is very organized and they're good and they have the right energy, you're an artist. Because on my special day, you make me feel safe.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we as filmmakers do as well. I do a lot of work for dental clinics. Dentists aren't trained on social media and cameras and stuff. They're trained on teeth.
Of course.
My job is not just to give them a good product, which is this video, it's a service. It's a feeling, it's an experience of being filmed, of being photographed.
Yeah.
Like I came here today in this podcast, you guys offered me coffee, you made me feel safe, you made me feel chill, like how we're sitting comfortably. These are all little parts of the experience that you as artists thought about.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
And I think it's for everything, as you said. Like I used to go to this place just to have a haircut, just because of the experience that I got. Like I had this hairdresser that she had a great talk, and every time we were just talking about traveling or things like that. And I was like, I don't care like as much as like I like how like what's the result sometimes okay, but the experience itself was so nice that I was like, this is what I'm coming back for, right?
That's how I think we can compete.
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
competitive business people. Many people can make a good video. Many people can make a good dance. But why do you get hired? Because they like you. They want to work with you. Why does the event go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Are there not people with Sony FX3s in Montreal? I'm sure there's many. For me, there's a lot of guys with red in Vancouver. That's not why we're getting
Oh, you
hired.
have a red? Ooh.
Nice. Old one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's red.
Yeah.
But
So tell us what you feel Vancouver gives you as an artist.
Sometimes you hear an album by an artist that you like, wow, there's something different about this. And they have isolated themselves from the noise, and they've gone to like a forest and a bunker, whatever, because they think more clearly. To me, that's what Vancouver is. When I come to Montreal and I come to Vancouver, Toronto, Medellin, Mexico, there's so much going on. It's very vibrant, it's loud, it's all distractions. For me, I live 30 minutes from Vancouver, up in the mountain. Yeah. There's bears, there's cougars. It's like Friday night, you go, it's a dead silent. There's nothing going on, you know? And I'm free focus, much more than even when I lived in downtown Vancouver. And I think the focus is like, when you go deep, you have time to think, you can go really deep, that's when you make good work. And for me, like, I remember like last week I was editing footage I shot in Medellin. And it's loud and it's like in the footage, right? Yeah. It's like crazy, there's smells, there's music, it's very vibrant. When I'm in my editing room, it's quiet. There's forest, it's raining, and I can lock in. So to me, that's what Vancouver is. Look, man, I love Vancouver, but the nightlife is...
It's kind of...
and that's good, because you can focus. It's Friday.
Yeah, of course.
Friday, you don't want to go. You want to sit, you smoke a joint, edit the video, and that's great, because also if you love going out, you'll stay out until the morning, then you're hungover the next day, you're tired.
And you do a right product, right? Like, it's crazy, like, for me, that's what I felt. I had no idea that this job like demanded so much time.
Oh yes.
And it's not only about editing; it's also about planning. It's also about making sure that if you're planning the right shot, you have to plan that your equipment is I don't know, like batteries charged. That happens all the time. That or that we forget something, or we don't format the cards. Like there's so many details that I feel like people don't know, and that's why make this, I don't know, like job or industry so complete in a way, because you have to be aware of so many things, right?
Have you ever been in a situation like that? Like you have like a recording, and then you're like, okay, I have everything. You get there and you realize like this very particular thing that you needed that was really important, you don't have. Like
yesterday.
Yes. Okay.
But and that's okay, because things. I believe that as an artist, your ability to adapt is much more valuable in the long term than your creativity. Because bad things happen, good things happen all the time, and it's just like, are you an adaptive person, or do you get everything to be like perfect all the time? Yesterday, I was going to this Latin supermarket that Nico brought me to, and it was a beautiful, authentic place. I didn't know anything about it. Okay. And so I walked 20 minutes from my Airbnb with a big backpack with 2 lenses and all this stuff, sweating, dying, and I got there, and one small battery this big for my monitor was empty of charge.
No.
So you have lenses, you have a big camera, you have a red camera, you're ready to go, but you can't see the image.
Yeah.
There's no shooting. It's done. So and that's okay. But we turn that to a positive, because we're there and we ask them, oh, can we shoot here? And we end up talking to the manager of that store. Nice. And getting explicit permission.
Right. Nice. So I feel like that's, instead of thinking, like, for example, when that happens, that you forget something, like, instead of thinking about it, about a mistake, it's like Bob Ross used to say, like, a happy accident, right? Like, let's turn this around, like.
In my opinion, managing your energy is more important than managing your time.
Definitely.
Managing whatever. Energy is everything.
Of course.
When you're happy and productive and feeling good, you work like a fucking animal. You work like a machine. But when you're like, you're complaining, you're not feeling good, it's death. It's all good, you know?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
How do you do when you feel your energy is not the best? Because sometimes you have to perform, right? But I mean, not always you'll have the energy, or maybe you didn't eat well that week, or maybe you didn't have a good sleep because or something. Like there's always things that could happen, right? And I think managing energy is so important, but it's not always easy. But still, you have a work to, right?
It's a good question. I think that first of all, being in a field that you love, you have more pain tolerance. If you go to a dance, right? Like I assume like you love to dance.
Definitely.
And so if your leg is a little bit hurting and you have to dance, shit, maybe you'll do it. But if you have to walk to your job or something, that leg pain will be really bad.
Definitely.
When I mentioned I had a job that I didn't really like. I was in a tech company For me, if I was like, I didn't get enough sleep and I had to work, I was like, I hated it. I didn't have good pain tolerance. Fuego. I was like on 4 hours of sleep. I was holding a big camera. It was hot. I'm burning. My neck is burning. I'm holding the camera. It's like, it's rubbing into my bird's neck. I don't care. Because I'm shooting Raul Alejandro. It's one of my favorite artists.
Nice.
I don't give a shit. You know that? That's right. I don't care, because, again, pain tolerance is high.
It's crazy, no? I remember like some shootings that I haven't eaten all day, but just because I need to think about this needs to work out. Yeah. I'm not even thinking about eating just until I finish with my thing, right?
So that even like this happens most with like long recordings. I feel like you don't realize how tired you are till you're finished. When you're finished, it's like, oh shit, I'm dead. But during the process, it's like, okay, like I'm fine. Let's just go with this. And
I think all of us, it helps us to be aware with our bodies.
Yeah.
So like, as though your body is like a toddler that you're taking care of, you gotta listen to it. Maybe it needs to drink water. Maybe it needs to chill. Maybe sometimes our brains overpower our bodies. So it's like, man, right now you gotta rest. Right now you gotta drink. You gotta disconnect, and then refresh your brain. Like when you're at the gym, you're working out, you're doing some kind of exercise. Take fucking 10 seconds to rest, and then you'll be stronger. You know what I'm saying? Also, managing your energy, managing your mood. If you feel yourself getting angry, frustrated, it's like, meditate. There's no benefit ever to me of being outwardly frustrated with someone, If someone's trying to take advantage of your boundaries, then you can express yourself, but like yelling, angry, getting whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It's not going to take you anywhere, like.
You mentioned The Godfather. Don Corleone was a very powerful character. He was cool. Sonny was a very weak character.
Yeah.
The son, he would get angry, like, we have to fight him. What happened to him? He became like a grilled cheese, because they shot him, right? To me, that is a very important message, especially for men, young men, man. We have to be cool.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean don't feel emotions, it means process them and be mature. Be like a man, bro. Being a man means being cool in the process, in the face of a frustrating situation.
Yeah, it's a little like stoicism, let's say, like that. I feel like a lot of people confuse that with not feeling anything, which is like the opposite, because it's like feel it, but as you said, process it. Like don't overreact to things. Just like meditate a little, like what's going on, and then go for go deal with the issue, like. And sorry, very random. Like now that you mentioned movies, do you have like a favorite movie in particular, like, or a movie that you remember a lot? Like, hey, like.
Yeah, that's a good question. Damn. Yeah. So there's a band called Joy Division, the rock band.
Yeah.
There's a movie about their life. It's called Control. I really love that.
I haven't watched it. I love Joy Division, but I haven't watched it.
Okay. And it's shot by a concert photographer.
Okay.
So it's a photographer that shot a film.
Okay.
Really cool, really beautiful, really stylish, really good study on, I think, masculinity.
Okay, nice.
Because it's like everything we're talking about. It's like a very frustrating situations that this guy finds himself in. Very like situations that boost your ego. You're like, yeah. But then I think it's also very masculine to just not let things get to your head. Be cool. Because you're gonna have crazy highs, crazy lows. To me, it's childish to be like, I'm God. No, you're cool. You're just a guy. You're just like a evolved monkey. That's how
we're hairless monkeys, basically.
I'm pretty hairy, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious for you guys. Like, what's your, you're having this podcast with me. You're doing all these events. A year from now, Trogos, what do you want it to be?
Oof, that's a very good question.
For me, it's like, as you know, it's been quite a journey, and right now I feel like I really feel it. Like I'm getting so close for it to become my full-time job, and I think I'll be dedicated to that. And more than now, it became a collective, and now we can approach more artists in a different way, where we can try to make something bigger and work maybe longer projects. I feel like that's a challenge sometimes, but working on long projects is so interesting, because it gives you like the sense of, okay, now I have to improvise in this, and now I have to do that, and that's something that I would like to be working on. Maybe shooting somewhere else than Montreal.
Hell yeah. And for you?
For me, I mean, first of all, like, yeah, full time, like, this is a full time thing. That would be amazing. And I feel like we're near that now. And I mean, having a solid client base, but also, I would love it if we would also, like, make a little money on, like, our own personal projects. Like, if any of us have, like, an idea of, like, hey guys, I have, like, this idea for a film or whatever, like, we can also, like, do that. And maybe just, like, I mean, as long as we can do it, that's fine, but if we can also make money of it, like, that would be nice.
Money is like freedom.
Yes.
Money is like gas in your car. That's what I think about.
Yeah.
If you don't have gas, it's a crisis. It sucks. It's Montreal winter. You have no gas. You're not gonna move.
You're not only gonna move.
If your gas tank is full, and you're just sitting there, like, what are you doing?
You're not even thinking about it at the end because you have it, right? It's just when you see that little light, okay, I have to charge it.
Yeah. And your gas tank is full. It gives you the ability to move around.
Yeah.
And make moves and take risks. You know what I'm saying? And
Definitely.
in order to do that, it takes a bit of gas. Like for me, I'm here in Montreal. I could be in Vancouver making dental videos right now, DMing clients, you know, doing all this stuff, but it's not all about money, man. It's
No,
like,
definitely
I think
not.
I think it's about covering your expenses, number one, being happy with what you do, and then boom, then it's then
Yeah,
you're happy,
definitely.
you know?
I mean,
I had a good job, like I had friends, these superficial things that are supposed to make you happy, but I didn't have the creativity. I didn't have the thing that I love that made me unique. You know, I feel like we all have, it's an innate human need to feel like unique and valued for who you are, Nico. No, you know, not like I'm just a Latino guy in Montreal. No, I'm Nico. I'm this, I'm that, in a sense of, you know, purpose. You
Of
know?
course, yeah.
A sense of individuality and a sense of purpose. We need these things.
definitely.
Can I just, are we good on time? Can I just tell like a 2-minute?
No, go ahead. This is your space.
So I took a psychology course at my school, and there was an experiment called Rat Utopia, which is relevant. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
Go.
So we were talking about people have a need for individuality and purpose. Otherwise, we're in the rat utopia. Rat utopia, it's an experiment where they had these rats and then they gave them anything they wanted. They gave them water, they gave them food, comfort, freedom from fear. And then what did they do? They just ate, they procreated. Then the society started to fall apart. They started to not be so happy, not have any purpose, stop taking care of their kids. If a rat that's like this big and his brain is like this big needs purpose and needs individuality, or his life is going to fall apart. Think about me and you. You're like 6 feet tall. Like, how you're going to go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Goes back to this point. What you do needs to give you a sense of individuality. So I'm an artist. This is my footprint. This is my style, my aesthetic. And a sense of purpose. Making this art serves a need. It's not just for me in my room. It's for a community. It's for a client.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Definitely, of course. Like, it's just that that's something very important you said, like, because if you stop feeling like you're like bringing something to society, you can really fall apart and like be in a really dark place really easily.
Especially as a man.
Yeah, it's just that I know, like, I know this world is like in theory made for us, but not for all of us, you know, like. And yeah, as a man, it's a little hard because since you're a kid, they tell you that you should be this way and don't feel nothing, and you should be like the provider and whatever. And then, but the fun part about life is that you grow up and you start realizing, like, hey, maybe this little box that they said is where I should fit, maybe that's not my box. Maybe there's another box that fits me, and that's where you have to find yourself.
Something that I like to think is that when I as a young boy, I was like, okay, I should fit in this way or that way. And then you were looking up to people that you wanted to be like to fit in that way or that way. And then when you grow up and you see how messed up some people are, like, okay, not messed up, but like they're going through like challenges in life, and like you are going to new challenges, and it's hard to fit in that box that they tell you, but everybody's told the same thing, right? So now it's your turn to say, okay, maybe I can look in another direction and do what I want to do.
Exactly.
And like what you say in terms of your career resonates a lot with me, because I've been working as an engineer for years, like since my early 20s, and to be honest, like even since I graduated, I felt like this wasn't my thing. Like I was like I feel like nothing. Like I should be proud of making this step, but it didn't really mean anything to me. And I worked in that, and I was like, okay, I can prove myself, and I can do like whatever I want to do in like any company. But if it's in an industry that I don't really feel like it's like fulfilling me at all, like what's the point? And that's how like kind of like what I wanted to exploit my creativity in a way, and how Tropos like started. And the more that I dedicate time to that, the more that I feel like it's something that I can do, and I feel free. Like I think that's the most important thing, because like as you said, like we're told to act like as guys, we should provide, we should like do whatever, but at the end, if you're not feeling like happy about it, what's the point, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's just
I was going to say, like, for both of us, when we did this non-creative job, we gained skills that we can apply to our creative job. So, like, you and Nico, like, I got a really good first impression of you when we were working at Mariana's house. I was like, this guy's a cool guy. Then this guy's like a genuine guy. You do sales for your work, right? I do some sales as well. Think about how good of a skill it is to be able to sell an idea. Say you're here with your collective and you're like, guys, let's do a podcast. Well, you got to sell that, because if you do a podcast, you can't do 5 other things. If you do a podcast, who's going to be our next guest? You have to sell ideas all the time.
definitely.
So maybe now that you're doing your creative career, you're going to be a killer salesman, and it's going to help you grow fast.
It's crazy. Like at the end of the day, I was talking with a friend the other day that anything that you do in life helps you. Like you learn something out of it. And for example, before I used to be frustrated that I studied something that I didn't want to study, and I did this, but now I'm doing Tropos and I love it. But all these skills that I got, like managing projects, like sales, like understanding also how a corporate company works, like that's really like important also to see how your clients work, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I should be grateful for. And I think everybody in whatever they do, like they bring something with them, right? Because we learn by any experience that we get.
Yeah, man, we have a lot to be grateful for. We're grateful we're young, healthy, like 2025. I don't know about you guys, but for me, like my parents had war in Iran. My grandparents had war. Right now, today in Iran, there's war with Israel.
Yeah.
Here I am. I'm safe. I'm walking around Montreal. Like, what did I do to deserve that? I moved here as a kid. In Colombia, I know 20 years ago, I'm from Malaysia, but Malaysia was very different.
Yeah.
It was more scary 20 years ago. And so, beautiful. Like you come up in a peaceful place. Here you are, you're in Canada. We can do whatever we want. We are in because we're blessed. You can say God loves us, whatever you want to say. We're blessed.
We're pretty privileged, yeah.
And I think that helps us. Gratitude is like a key of overcoming tough situations.
Yeah.
Man, like a lot of stuff happened. Like I had to push my Montreal trip a week back because this bigger commercial company in Vancouver reached out to me 2 weeks before the trip saying, Sep, we need you on the 16th to 18th, we need you, come, we're gonna hire you. So then I pushed my Montreal trip back. 3 days before, they messaged me, something came up, we actually
No.
I'm not gonna sit and cry like, oh my god, the amazing opportunity was there, they took it from me. They gave me a call. That makes me feel like I'm in the conversation.
Definitely.
Thank God, I'm in the conversation. Next time, maybe they're not gonna cancel on me. And crying about it and burning that bridge, being angry is gonna only hurt me. So I said, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Here I am in Montreal. I'm having a coffee with you guys.
Nice.
It's a nice day.
Yeah, definitely.
And even if it goes the wrong way, right? Like even the bad experiences, like when somebody doesn't show up, or where you fail at something, like you have to learn from the bad things as well, right? And you're like, maybe this is not what I should do. Maybe I should have done it differently. There's always something that you can learn from that, I think, and you can be grateful about it as well.
One thing I was going to bring up that is relevant to you guys is like, so in Colombia, I was by myself traveling, working, shooting. My Spanish is not great. It's okay, but it's not great. Working in a place where you have a language barrier, not traveling, working. I firsthand experienced like the shock, the fear of speaking, sounding stupid,
Yeah.
the fear of being misunderstood, the feeling of like, wow, this is not my culture. I'm a guest here. I don't know how to act. So that situation made me have a lot more respect for my immigrant friends in Canada. Because you guys are here, you're not just there for a week. This is like your new home. And so, man, like I can't imagine what you guys went through.
Our everyday life.
It's hard.
And I respect that.
This podcast.
And not even that, because right now we're speaking English, and I mean, we came to the only place in Canada that only speaks French.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Vancouver, Toronto.
Yeah. But that's life. Well, I think we're almost to the end. Do you speak Persian?
Yeah.
Okay. We'd like to know how you say this is tropos in Persian.
Injo tropos hast.
Ah, nice.
Oh, okay.
All tropos hasting, like we are, you know?
Okay, okay.
Are you...
You'll be on camera.
See, if you ignore that's the secret. Today I was doing an interview, sorry, I'm going to wrap up, but today I was doing an interview with someone that wasn't very comfortable on camera.
Okay.
And then so initially the plan was they were going to talk to the camera like this, say their lines, and they were like super awkward, you know? So
Yeah.
what do you do in this situation? Ignore the camera, make it invisible.
Of course.
I put my jacket on the tripod so it looks like a coat hanger.
Nice.
And I said, come and talk to me. So then once you ignore it, then you're having a conversation with a human. And that is genuine. And when your viewers see this, you're like, this guy felt comfortable, it felt good, because you didn't make a huge deal of the post.
Yeah,
the
of course,
production, you know?
Yeah, that's funny because I feel like the first couple of times you're being recorded by a camera, it's hard because you're really fucking conscious about it. And I don't know if you have when you started, maybe you started like making videos of yourself, or like, because I feel like that's where we all start, right? So at the beginning, I feel like when you watched your old stuff, you can see that, like, you can see how conscious you were about like being filmed, and then now, but it's nice that just by doing that, you can get some practice of like, oh, you know what, that thing is over there, and I don't care anymore. Like,
to me, it's very different. Like, for example, post on Instagram, like, I look so good, I look so whatever, posting that versus talking about your work. I'm gonna talk about work. I don't care if I look cute or not. I don't care if I look fit or not. I don't care. Because it's about solving a problem for a client.
yeah.
So to me, it's been, like, talking to you guys, I feel comfortable. Because I'm talking about work. I'm not talking about, like, if you were doing a podcast about relationships, I would be super fucking awkward. I would like, I would be thinking about stuff too much, you know. But yeah, I think like what you talk about is important, you know, and how you make your guests feel. And
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because if you came in and you felt like the vibe was like hostile, of course you wouldn't be this comfortable. I'm sure you would have been like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
and I appreciate you guys that from the moment I walked in, you had such a sense of unity, sense of like this is a home. You guys, like, it was a very good vibe, and I appreciate it.
thanks, man.
Thank you, yeah.
And with Eagle Man, we met like 10 minutes behind the scenes, like, you know, in an interview with Mariana, and we stayed in touch for a year, and I'm really glad we did. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's been we've maybe before like I knew you came. Maybe we spoke maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
Not much. But I think that's how you connect with people. And I think part of what I like about Tropos also, or about like this industry, is like connecting with people. Like this is amazing. Like you meet so many people. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you so much for coming. Hope we can visit you soon. And for those that watch the podcast, you can follow us at This is Tropos. And that's it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, man. All right.
That's it.
Let's smoke.